Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 and our Newcastle United series as we get towards the business end of the season. It's a pretty big episode today, not too many spectacular matches in there. The FA Cup 5th round game against Southampton, I think that's the last 16 of the FA Cup, will be a big game and I think we can win that one. But we've got to play them at home first in the Premier League today, and then we'll round out this episode away against 19th place Leicester, who could well get relegated this season, and so could Liverpool actually, because they are struggling down in the relegation area as well. I think they're just outside the relegation zone, but they could well go down. So lots of interesting things going on in the Premier League at the moment. Also, we have now won 4 of our last 5 matches, which is a pretty nice run of form with a cup final coming up soon. Unfortunately, the game that we didn't win was against our future opponents in the Carabao Cup final, Arsenal. They crushed us 5-2, but we did get a couple of goals against them, and that's quite encouraging. Hopefully we'll be able to get into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup today. That's the game that I'm going to choose to live com for this one, and obviously next episode we'll be taking on Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final, so make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so that you can see that in a couple of days time. We'll also have games against Swansea and Bournemouth in that next episode. We're very close to the end of this season. It's all about closing it out and seeing if we can finish right up in the top half of the table. You can see we're not too far off the likes of Arsenal and Southampton, and a win today would bring them back within our sights. Southampton, the current favourites, they have an excellent record. We just have a strong one because they drew their 5th game. We lost that extra one, and the team that we're going to put out there is a pretty strong one. I'm bringing Punchin back into the team for this one to give him a try up front. Perez and Williams will be joining Punchin up there with Colback and Diarme, the 2 midfield. Dummett has had to come in for Haidara. Obviously we're trying to get rid of Dummett if we can. Manquillo is at right wing back with Clark, Mbemba and Lascelles in defence, and Rob Elliott in goal. Colback with a free kick, 20 minutes in, he's looking for the back stick. Perez is in there, but it's an easy catch for Fraser Forster in goal. Forster sends the ball forward from the goal kick. Good header from Clark. 50 minutes gone in this game. Virtually no highlights in that first half, but we've got Punchin in behind here. We've been the better team today. We deserved the goal, but that's straight at Forster. I think it's just been tipped wide. A really poor cross from Punchin there, but we've got the corner being taken by Jack Colback. He's putting it into the near post, headed out by Hout. Williams picking up the loose ball, tries to swing it back into the back stick. Mbemba heads it on, and Bertrand there, but the flag's up against Mbemba, who is offside. 20 minutes to go. We've got a corner being taken by Jack Colback again. He puts it into the middle. Diarme can't win the header. It's come towards Williams. Going to make some changes after this highlight, so hopefully we don't concede. We've got another one here from Forster straight away, sending the ball forward to Ryan Bertrand. Still 0-0 in this game. Williams with a good tackle there, and Diarme picks it up, finds Colback onto Ayoze Perez. He's tackled by Lamina. Tadic trying to come in from the right hand side, finds Cedric down the right flank. They've got players arriving in the box, and Gabbiadini, the man who scores the goal. 20 minutes to go. We are in some trouble after conceding there. We really need to try and get something from this game if we're going to catch Southampton. Otherwise, there is virtually no chance that we are going to qualify for Europe through the league this season, and everything will come down to that Carabao Cup match. Also not encouraging ahead of an away match against Southampton in the FA Cup in our next fixture. 10 minutes to go, still 1-0 to Southampton. It's a lead they don't deserve. Correa puts the cross in, it comes to Saive. You may remember in the reverse fixture in the league, we did something similar to this to them, but Saive's got in behind and it's saved by Forster again. Obviously in the reverse fixture, I think we had 1 shot on target to their 10 or 11, and we still won the game 1-0, or maybe even 2-0. Punchin puts the ball in, Hout gets it away, it comes to Williams, and that's a terrible ball. Less than 10 minutes to go. We can't be wasting possession like that. Manquillo with the throw-in, picks out Williams. Now Marino, back out to Manquillo once more, slips it in behind, but Hout gets to the ball. Now Forster, letting it go forward. Mbemba with a good header to Diarme. Marino forward to Saive. He tries to find Williams. There's a foul in there by Williams, and he's already on a yellow card, being called over by the referee. As a striker, he should not be getting 2 yellow cards, but he's about to get it, and we're down to 10 men for the last couple of minutes of this match. Well, the time is up here. It's a really bitter 1-0 defeat that we've suffered to Southampton. We should not have lost that game. We were quite even for most of the match. It was only towards the end that they really turned it on and maybe just edged it in the stats, but they did get the goal, and that's what matters. We had a red card as well, which is not good enough. I'm going to tell the team I'm not happy with their performance. They've reacted reasonably well to that. And we do at least have a week's rest now before we play Southampton again away from home, this time in the FA Cup. Southampton are definitely the more informed team at the moment, and after beating us in the last game they will be on a high for this one, and we're also missing quite a few players. Williams obviously suspended. We've also lost Kieran Clark to injury as well, so we're going to be playing with Saive, Perez and Diame up front. Punchin also injured, I think, for this one. Haidara comes in at left wing back. Dummett drops back to centre back alongside Mbemba and Lascelles. We've got Colback, Shelvey and Manquillo also in the team there, with Elliott in goal. We need to get in a better performance against Southampton than we had last time if we want to make it into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Diame kicks the ball off with the strange pink ball that they seem to be using for this one. Here's John Joe Shelvey sending it forward, but nothing coming from their opening highlight. I'm really hoping that we can get through in this game. I'd love to make it to another final in the FA Cup, but it is going to be really, really difficult. There's so many big teams still left in here. If we can squeak past Southampton though in a few lucky draws, we could make it to the final, which will be our best route for qualifying for Europe now, I think. The league's certainly sort of taken a back seat. Redmond, coming down the left, and Mbemba gets it away to Bertrand. Good header there, but Saive picks it up, plays it inside to Perez. There's a run there over the top. Diame brings it down. He's got men to his left. He's not using them, and Diame does find the bottom corner. A very good finish there, similar to the last goal that he scored for us. And we have taken a 1-0 lead at St Mary's, which is very, very encouraging after struggling to break them down so much, and Southampton still not with a shot in this game. Here's Perez down the right, puts it inside. Big tackle by Højbjerg, cleared out by Hout. Now Shelvey on to Manquillo. He plays it inside to Jack Colback, given away to Hout again. Forster launches it forward from the back line. Here's Colback onto Saive. He tries to switch it, but Redmond intercepts. Comes down to Tadic on the right flank. Now Højbjerg, good ball over the top, looking for Cedric, the defender, who's charging forward past two players, picks out Austin, and he buries it excellently there. I can't believe A, that Cedric was even in that position, but B, that we let him run for so long past two of our players and deliver a dangerous cross to the near post. That is not acceptable from the team, and we need to be doing much better. Here's Dummett forward to Haidara. Can we get another one? Saive can't get the pass through. Now Correa trying to take it down the right flank. Comes to Cedric. Højbjerg, great tackle there from Colback. Dummett picks up the ball. Not got options, and that's a just... Dummett needs to be sold today. He is absolutely dreadful. He's unhappy, and I just want him out of the club so much. I might even relegate him to the under-21s after that mistake, because that could cost us our place in the FA Cup. A horrendous mistake to make from Dummett there. Corner comes in for Southampton. Ball, I think, from Austin hit the woodwork there. We do just about get it away. Just the 2 minutes until half time. It is still 2-1 to Southampton. We're just not able to get anything out of them at the moment. Despite having 4 shots that were all on target, we've just not been able to challenge the keeper enough. And at half time, we're 2-1 down when we really should be winning. It's some terrible defending that has really cost us here. I'm going to tell the team that I'm very unhappy with them and expect a better showing in the second half, because we really, really need to improve on that first half showing. Tadic sends the ball back to Virgil van Dijk. It's a strong team that Southampton have got, in all fairness. We have quite a weak first 11, no doubt about that. We really need to strengthen next summer, and it's just about getting through to that point. Here's Correa with a shot, but a good stop by Elliott. I think if we can get into the top half of the table, we'll be able to attract some much, much better players for next season. But at the moment, we just can't find them. There aren't the kind of players we can bring in, not for the amount of money that we have available. And Charlie Austin, I think, has just got his 3rd goal. His hat-trick is on the books, and he is definitely crashing us out of the FA Cup, and it's all down to horrendous defending. You can see from the average ratings of our defenders how bad we've been. Colback with a free kick though. He's gone for goal, and it's a good metre over the bar there. Not the best effort on goal. Not really sure why it was a highlight either, but it's safe to say we are crashing out of this FA Cup without a lot of grace. There's just 15 minutes left to go in this game. We've made our 3 substitutions. Adara Bioyo making his debut in defence. I think I'll probably start him ahead of Dummett in the next game if Clark isn't back. Gale and Murphy have both come on in the attacking positions, both of whom I think will probably be sold in the summer, but I'm slimming down the squad so much without replacing anybody at the moment. I think it's why we are struggling a little bit against the likes of Southampton and other teams. We don't have a lot of squad depth right now because I just haven't replaced all of the players that have left the team. 30 seconds left of our FA Cup campaign for this season. It's not going to be a happy ending. Perez doing his best to get forward for another consolation goal, but Southampton intercept it well and get the ball forward. We've still got the Carabao Cup final to look forward to. It's not the end of the world. We've got a match still in the Premier League before we have that final, where hopefully we will be able to get a win and recover a little bit of pride and just morale before that Carabao Cup final. But it is a 3-1 defeat. Charlie Austin with a hat-trick, absolutely tearing us apart. Told the players are not happy. They are reasonably understanding of that. We are against 19th place Leicester City next, so we should hopefully be able to get a win in that one. But if we just have a little reminder of the club's transfers this season, you can see we've only got 26 million in the bank despite selling 36 million pounds worth of players, but it's a lot of players who have left the team around the midfield and striking areas especially. And I think it is starting to have a bit of an effect on the club, and we need to definitely go out and sign some people in the summer when we can. Well, the final match of this episode is away from home against 19th place Leicester as we try to recover from back-to-back defeats against Southampton, crashing us out of the FA Cup. We also just need to get that morale up before we take on Arsenal at Wembley in the next match. The team we're putting out here a little bit better shape than it has been for the last couple of games, I think. We've got Punchin coming back into the front three with Williams and Diame. Colback and Shelvey are the two midfield. Shelvey coming back into the side as well. Haidar and Manquillo on the wings. Dummett finally out of the starting 11 as Adara Bioyo comes into central defence with Mbemba and Lascelles, and Elliott is in goal. Fuchs with the throw, cut out by Diame. Now Williams onto Jack Colback. He finds Mbemba. Ball forward to Colback once more. We're just playing it around in defence here. Adara Bioyo forward. Well cut out by Williams. Pushes it out to the left for Haidara. He's got 3 in the centre to look for. Punchin is one of them. He picks out Williams. He can strike it from there. Instead he goes for Diame, and he has placed it into the bottom corner. And Diame suddenly in and amongst the goals. It's his turn to be our striker in the next few games, and he has got the goal here thanks to a Williams assist, and we are in front against Leicester away from home. Fuchs with a throw, similar position to where we broke away from the last goal. We get the header out, but it comes to Adrian Silva. He finds Iheanacho. Good cross there, and it's nearly gone in there from Ji Dong-won, but we do get the ball away. An excellent save on the line as well by Rob Elliott. Well, George Williams, one of our leading players, has now picked up a knock, so Perez is going to have to come on for him. I'm hoping that Williams won't be out for long because he's definitely our best player at the moment. Haidara also with a knock isn't ideal because it means that man Dummett might have to come on. I might even put Yedlin there out of position. If we switch him with Manquillo, that could work. I think that's a better option than Dummett, who's just a complete waste of time. Ji Dong-won here trying to break forward for Leicester. It comes to Iheanacho. But there is an offside call there. Nearly an hour gone, we are still leading by a goal to nil, but Leicester having plenty of chances, and given how strong their team is, they really shouldn't be losing this game. They certainly shouldn't be in the position that they are in, but I think a lot of that comes down to really bad management. Here's a ball into the box. It is cleared away. Jamie Vardy with the ball. Finds Fuchs, Silva in, and Iheanacho has tucked it into the bottom corner, onside this time, and he has made it 1-1, and we have work to do to get back into this one. Shelvey trying to get the ball forward to Colback. Silva with a good tackle, and he's found Jamie Vardy. Ball on to Ji Dong-won. Now Iheanacho has flashed it wide of the post there. Probably should have scored, and we could well have been looking at a defeat in this one. Perez now picking up an injury as well. That's a lot of our leading players out injured at the moment. Just as we sold so many, we could have absolutely shot ourselves in the foot this season. Just 10 minutes to go against Leicester, and we are pushing for a winner. We've had a few more shots in the last few minutes, but they seem to have dried up now, and Leicester are the ones on the attack. Is there one last late chance in this game for either side? Just a couple of minutes of added time left. It looks like it's going to eke out into a 1-1 draw. Not a bad result at the King Power, really, even if they are down in the relegation zone. But we needed a win to get our form back ahead of this final against Arsenal, and we've just not managed to do it. It's another game without a win. There's a tension in the squad. I'm going to tell the team I'm not happy. They seem reasonably alright with that, except for John Joe Shelby. We are up to 8th place, though. We're ahead of Stoke now, and only 6 points behind Arsenal, but both sides have a game in hand, and West Brom can catch us too. With 9 games to go this season, we're not in the worst position. Only 2 days out there for William, so he should be back for the Carabao Cup final. But it isn't too encouraging that we haven't picked up points over the last few games. We are past that 40-point threshold, though. We don't need to worry about relegation whatsoever. But we definitely need to pick up after only 1 win in our last 5 games, that at home against Burnley. The next episode, though, other than that game against Arsenal, we've got a few fixtures where I think we can get wins against Swansea, Bournemouth, West Brom and Watford before a tough end to the season. We have played most of the big teams at this point, just City and Spurs still to take on that could really cause us problems. But I'm quite excited for this cup final, even though I'm 100% certain we are going to lose it to Arsenal. If you are looking forward to that final, though, drop a like on the video, make sure you're subscribed. That video will be out in 2 days' time. You can also follow me on Twitter if you've got questions or just want to have a chat with me generally. There's a link in the description for that. But until next time, see ya!